to episode 5 of the Sacred Jedi Podcast with me, Will.
Me, James, and a special guest, Conor.
Yeah, it's me.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
You might know Conor from being our friend.
From previous friendships.
From previous friendships, such as 2015.
The violent beginnings. So yeah, thank you for joining us, Conor.
Yeah, it's all right.
Nice to be here. So we brought you on because you're a nerd. You like your games, don't you?
I do like my video games.
This past weekend, we're about a week late, obviously.
Yeah,
as
of course.
we should be.
Typical.
With E3.
Yeah.
So that was a thing.
Yeah, last day today.
It was pretty good. Oh yeah, it's last Yeah.
Thursday. We're on Thursday.
It is Thursday, yes.
Thursday the 13th.
That is right.
But yeah, there hasn't been much.
So you both have watched E3. You're up to date on E3.
Yeah. I've watched pretty much all of it.
Yeah, I watched most of it, and I'm very sleep deprived.
Yeah. I only missed the Square Enix one, but I don't think there was much going on there.
It was all right. It wasn't anything too big.
Yeah, the thing is, I've been saying to you, I can't watch E3. It's just everything about it does my head in. So what I do, I just wait till the day after and catch up on any news that I've missed. If there's anything, I know what I want to watch, so I'll just watch it afterwards. The day after.
It's fair enough. Yeah, a lot of the presentations and the conferences are very, very cringy sometimes, but that's what I watch it for, really.
I can't do that. I can't put it with that. So yeah, the main thing. Big thing, Fallen Order.
Yeah, well, it looks
which is what we're talking
really
about
good.
this episode. It looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Bar the Wookiees.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, the new Star Wars game.
So yeah, they released gameplay footage. About 15 minutes of it, and a trailer like the day after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Microsoft conference.
Out this November, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I'm getting it.
I mean,
expensive
considering
one
no steelbooks.
Yeah.
You love your steelbooks.
I wanted a steelbook one, but I'll have to settle for pre-order bonuses.
What are the pre-order bonuses? Is it all?
It's just like skins and stuff. You get
Yeah.
lightsaber colours and.
I think there's
skins
an
for your
orange
robot.
lightsaber you get.
Like a
if you
Clippo.
pre-order it. Yeah, you get a Clippo lightsaber.
Nice.
I really like the look of the orange lightsaber. It's got a very old Legends canon vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
We haven't seen any yellow lightsabers in the new canon, at least not in the films. I haven't read the books or series of canon and that. The new canon, but
From the main new canon, anyway, there's not.
yeah.
Still very red and blue in the main canon.
Red and blue and green.
And casual
purple.
green. Every now and then green.
They're great. I mean, what colour lightsabers does Ahsoka have? Does she have just white?
I think.
Or really light green or blue or something like that in Rebels?
Oh, I don't know in Rebels. I think hers is green in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Upgraded to white. But yeah, this game is set after Order 66. Yeah.
When's it set? It's about set 15 years before the Battle of Yavin, I think.
Yeah.
So about 5 years after, 4 years even after the Clone after the Clone Wars, after Order 66.
Not too far. But
No.
you've got a new Padawan that's survived it.
Yeah, this is something that we've found out very recently. That it's the main character is a Padawan, not somebody who discovers he's a Jedi. He's gone into hiding.
Yeah, I think it really threw me because the original trailer you saw for it, he just looked like he was working in whatever that sort of town was.
I mean, to be fair, you've got to do something, haven't you?
No,
You've
he's
got
just
to
going to
make a
chill
living
with his
even after
lightsaber.
being in exile.
Everybody
He's
needs
just
a
going to
hobby.
do what Yoda did and just get his own little hut somewhere.
Hit robots when he steals the lamps.
But what's his name? This guy? Do we know his name yet?
It's Cal. Yeah, they released it.
Cal
It's
something.
Cal. I'm glad that none of us can remember. We're well prepared for this.
Yeah, we
Cal.
probably should have thought about it.
Calvin Klein
Calvin Klein
and his space adventures.
and his little robot buddy. I remember that BD1
BD1, yeah, and that's the droid is voiced.
by Ben.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I do like a bit of Ben.
It is an interesting looking droid, though.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's like binoculars on legs.
Yeah.
Pretty funky.
It looks like one of those nut toys of a robot you'd get like in the 90s. Those
Exactly.
plastic Tomy robots
Yeah.
that you put like 12D batteries in, and it'd weigh like as much as your gran.
That's exactly it.
I used to have one of those that was it was like this silver robot, and yeah, I think it took about 6D batteries, and you could also put water in it, so smoke would come out of it.
Oh, that's funky.
It always just looked like it was on fire though, because the amount of smoke that would come out and the noise it would make would just go.
Even when it's not on.
Yeah.
Constantly smoking.
But yeah, it's a cool looking droid.
We
It looks-
well, me and Chad were saying originally it looks like it's going to be in the collector's edition, because they were showing after the trailer, they showed an actual version of it, and we thought
Yeah.
it'd be
Oh,
like
cool.
a collector's edition with it, which would have been really cool to own
Yeah.
one, but obviously there isn't one. But I would have liked to have one.
You'd love anything like little greebly bits to
A
get
little-
your hands
little-
on, wouldn't you?
Gimmicky crap.
A little
Like a big
lightsaber. One of the Night Sister. No, it's not Night Sister. The Seven Sister helmets.
7 brides for 7 sisters.
Listen, you'd love it.
Connor's microphone didn't record the next 5 minutes of audio, so we're just going to skip this bit.
You just sort of chopped through everyone in the
Yeah.
gameplay. No one.
Well, you're not going to show gameplay of him being crap at it, are you?
I mean, he didn't really take a beating at any point. That was the only thing he took a beating at
Yeah.
was at the end, when he sort of got a bit thrown around.
I would have liked to have seen like the trailer. I mean, like the gameplay reveal was actual just footage of him sat playing it as well. So like,
Yeah,
all his failed attempts of him like dying all the time.
It's all live.
Yeah,
It's a live demo.
it's just
just 20 minutes of him repeatedly dying from one boss.
Just falling off the edge of the cliff or something.
trying to do the jumps as he climbed around the whole fortress or whatever. There's a lot of sort of climbing and free running. It looks to it as well. Well, not so much free running, but climbing. This seems anyway.
Yeah, yeah, like it did look a bit like Uncharted, all the free running bits.
Yeah, I did. I really like the look of the whole like Kashyyyk area. You know.
Yeah. That's sort of all we've seen, really. That and sort of...
Yeah, I think judging from like the pre-order bonuses, you know, like it says like Magito campaign and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume there is a Magito section in the game.
Well,
Right.
you hope so.
Well, why else would they reference it? Unless that's like where the
Your first
I don't
DLC
know.
is set there. Shouldn't give ideas out, really.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
£25 for
Yeah.
an extra chapter on a different planet.
Yeah, it's like the PS1 games you had to put in the second disc. You just get to a point that says, "Please pay £15 to carry on."
It's a horrible idea, but I can see it happening.
But yeah, like the look of an Imperial occupied Kashyyyk just looks really good with that whole like giant like saw blade.
Yeah.
You know, looks so amazing.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that bit. Yeah,
And like the fact you can like use the Force to like just faff about with everything. You know, it's pretty sick.
I also liked when he was clambering through the jungly bit. He had to use his lightsaber as a torch.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, useful.
Oh, what else? Oh, one thing I really liked is is that like, you know, after he was talking to Saw Gerrera, and then Saw Gerrera just jumped up, shot like a grappling gun, like hook out of his gun, and just like flew off. That was amazing. That really just reminded me of Lego Star Wars.
And it was just the bit in the trailer where he sort of jumps on the front of the AT-AT and he's just like, "Who are you?" It's just like, he's just there,
Oh,
just
that-
jumped on it.
That's one of the best looking bits of the entire trailer. Is just them AT-ATs wading through the water. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped for that.
It's like Shadow of the Colossus, but Star Wars.
Yeah, I was saying to you, Connor. Like, I remember like seeing in like one of the Star Wars magazines. I must have been about 10 years ago. Like, there was this like statue of this AT-AT that was like run down and covered in vines.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the closest thing I've seen to it.
Yeah.
Like an actual Star Wars kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about that. It looks so amazing. It really reminds me of that.
Yeah,
Maybe they did it.
I do want to know if it's a camouflage thing or if it's just they've not been used sort of thing.
Well, that's a good
Oh,
point.
AT-ATs, like...
Well, just in
AT-ATs, like-
where they are, really, because there seems to be quite a few, and a few of them are destroyed already. So unless we join sort of
AT-ATs,
mid-battle.
AT-ATs, like, waterproof. Could it have, like, waded through the water?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought they'd rust, wouldn't you?
that becomes a
You'd think
real
they'd afford,
problem.
Like, rust... The Empire can afford rust-proof metal, you know.
They've got spaceships that can afford rust-proof paint.
Take a bit of WD-40 on. Wire brush. Scrape it off.
They had a realism section where you have to go spray it with WD-40 every now and then.
Yeah, imagine if the game was just like Imperial maintenance. And it's just like you do like really mundane stuff like sweeping up, like having to like put like polyfill on like blast marks.
I mean, it feels like that's what the start's going to be, where they teach you the controls, since it looks like you start off in some sort of Imperial shanty town. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like fixing stuff for about 20 minutes until something interesting happens.
Putting up shelves across the galaxy. There was another one of the things I remember you mentioning, Connor, like because we were watching it live, watching the Fallen Order gameplay live.
Yeah.
And that Connor sent me a message as it was going on. He was saying, "Did you see those Wookiees?"
It just
They did look pretty bad.
they
Yeah.
Let's be
really
honest.
bother me. A lot of people are
I'm
saying
pretty
give it
sure-
a break because it's alpha footage. But
Look,
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. If
I know.
if the new Battlefront 2 can do it, like the Wookiees in that look really good.
yeah,
You know, it's almost like movie accurate. You know, everything in Battlefront 2. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting Fallen Order with how nice everything else looks. The Wookiees are just going to get like a temporary thing. I can't imagine that doing hair in like 3D modeling is going to be a pain in the arse. I think we should know. Since we've all done animation.
yeah.
But it just looks like they've all had their hair straightened, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like in blocks.
They're just going to go really meta with it and have all the
It's
Wookiees
like-
look terrible.
It's like early PS2 looking, isn't it?
Especially the one he gets to at the end of the gameplay where he's like trying to free it. It's just sort of staring blankly up at him.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a reaction to seeing him. It's just like a sprite or
Yeah.
something.
Stood in T-pose, yeah. Spinning around.
Oh, speaking of, right after that bit, you know, with the droid, the KX droid,
Oh,
Yeah.
That was a cool bit.
that they look like they're going to be a bit of a pain in the arse in this game. It's nice to see an actual Imperial one as well.
A little bit of a troublemaker.
You know, like an Imperial one doing what it's designed to do.
Yeah. But what are those droids like actually designed to do? What is their purpose?
But they're kind of like security, I guess.
That's fun, yeah.
Punching
That's the
droid.
easiest way, yeah. Just there to be a bit of a bloody pain in the arse.
Grip people by the necks.
And chuck them a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it looked quite creepy as well. Like
It
Yeah.
really did, especially the way it sort of came up.
It's got like such like a
yeah.
non-human looking face as well. It's just like bright eyes.
It's
Yeah.
like did you ever play Alien Isolation? The worker Joe's in that, like the
Yeah.
sort of predecessor to the
Yeah, that
androids.
kind of like cold, dead serious,
Yeah.
all the time kind of thing.
Like glowing eyes.
No actual emotion.
I mean, I think I did mention it, that like the next trailer we saw, you actually saw him sort of hacking that one
Oh,
to pieces, and it was like, oh, okay. All right. So nothing happens
mean-
there.
I mean, what do you expect? It's a game, like you're gonna get through it, aren't you?
That was the last cutscene. You actually die after that, and it rolls credits.
They actually show you the end and the last few minutes of the gameplay.
Exactly. I mean, some of the force powers look really cool, though.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm looking forward to, like being able to like stop machinery and like,
Yeah.
and that one where he just brings the stormtrooper close and just stabs him right through the chest with the lightsaber.
I think my favorite.
So many
No, go on.
Nah,
All right, I think I mentioned it to Will, the same sort of one where he brought the stormtrooper towards him, but had frozen his blaster bolt and then moved him in the way of his own bolt.
that was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to like doing shit like that.
Yeah. A lot of people say there's a connection to like Kylo Ren's ability there. Like maybe it links in somehow.
It's a force power.
Yeah, but you've not really seen anyone use it other than those two.
That was a good point. Yeah, that one of the things I was thinking watching it. It really is. It doesn't seem like like when Kylo Ren uses it. It's really not like a Sith power at all. It's like it's passive, really, isn't it? Because it's freezing something. It's not like violent. It's just stopping something.
Yeah,
it's a real like Jedi ability, which is cool.
That he can freeze the huge pieces of machinery as well and bring them about.
Yeah.
It just like I did screenshot those, but they look really bad screenshots because of the motion on them. They just look really blurry.
I remember you showed me a lot of like the screenshots as it was going, like it was actually being shown live, and it was just I couldn't tell what was going on after these things. So I think like it was like just after they'd cut to another thing, and it's like it's just like a picture of like the floor or whatever.
Yeah, there were a couple like that.
A little bit abstract. At least we know the Star Wars game's got flaws in it. You know, real important stuff.
See, I'd say the
I like the
Wookiees
grate
are a
that you
flaw.
climb on as well. Brutal.
That you do what?
I like that grating that you climb as well. That looks like like the Imperial lights that are like them, just like really long.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I'm on about?
I do. Yeah.
That's a very Star Wars looking.
It is. Yeah.
You'd
Shape.
be surprised to see Star Wars stuff in a Star Wars game.
Yeah, I mean it's weird, isn't it?
I didn't like it. It scared me.
The way you climb some of the things though, like they don't look like they should be climbable, especially like the fence pieces.
Oh yeah, how many times do you think people are just going to run up to something expecting it to be like run off a ledge onto something else, expecting to climb onto it, and they just fall to the death?
That's what I'm thinking. If they've got collectibles, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you think there's going to be like holocrons, like collectible holocrons like in Force Unleashed?
That'd be cool.
Another thing like Force Unleashed, do you think there's going to be like a big old like force power moment, like you bring down like a Star Destroyer in Force Unleashed?
Oh, that was beautiful. That was.
It's amazing.
Do you know when you're doing the climbing, or just Jedi in general, really? Do you think if you tried to like pull a house towards you, do you think that would let you could climb a house like with the Force? Because obviously you couldn't pull that massive object towards you. Do you think the Force would pull you towards it so you could climb it, if you get what I mean? Do you think that would be possible?
You could probably... I mean, you could just jump up the house, can't you?
Probably.
Here's the thing about Force powers, is like sometimes you can like jump the size of an entire like house or whatever, and like other times you like have to climb it. It's like I don't really understand.
I want to know some...
Do you think you could like make yourself lighter with the Force? Like if you climb in a building, like you could just use the Force to like give you a little bit of a updraft,
or if you
could like it keeps you up.
If you're at a Weight Watchers meeting and you want to add a few extra pounds that you've lost that week, you just lift yourself off the scales a bit. Well, you've lost 2 stone this week. Well done. Or I want to know some more obscure Jedi powers that don't really have much use, like reading really fast or.
But yeah, what would you use the Force for? I use it to read fast.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a Force
I use the
sensitive
Force to
librarian,
make
right?
I use the Force to make myself whistle a bit better.
Yeah, I can blow really hard.
I imagine the Force and like really stupid Superman powers have like something in common.
Yeah. Laser eyes.
Force eyes. Bruce Force eyes.
Oh, God.
That's DLC character coming to Fallen Order. Bruce Forsyth.
Immortalised as a Sith Lord.
It's just a big pair of eyes.
Like that massive like grin.
Yeah.
No, it's
His
eyes
chin.
and a chin. Yeah.
He's like Jabba the Hutt, but just one long chin.
Force chin. Force chin wag.
I do
Yeah,
like
Conor.
that the droid looks integral though.
What do you mean?
Like there was that one bit where you climb up some panels and the droid activates the thing, like the machine to move
the
it.
BD.
Yeah. Because I think in like Battlefront 2, the droid was sort of just more of a, I'm going to open the door while you stand here and do a last stand sort of thing for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know the bit like the very start of the campaign where you get to like fly the little like droid in Battlefront.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool. It would have been really good to see more bits like that.
Yeah, they sort of ditched that mechanic straight away, really.
Yeah, this is a shame.
Yeah, it was quite
Another-
interesting.
I'm not too sure how I feel about having the droid like sit on his back all the time. That's very similar to Battlefront, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a parrot, like a Star Wars pirate. A robot on his shoulder.
Imagine if it was just like a protocol droid, like C-3PO following him
Yeah.
all the time. How like awkward would that be? Like,
Yep. Excuse me. You had to wait for him to
yeah.
catch up to you.
Oh, God.
Like every time like you jump up like a ledge or something, you have to like use the force to pick him up and plop him like next to you.
And sometimes like his leg will fall off, so you have to put that back up.
Get the
Spend a few minutes.
WD-40 again.
Yeah. I think you literally do what they do in Empire Strikes Back. Just take his legs off and strap him to your back.
Yeah. Just carry his head around with you.
Get a stormtrooper takedown with it.
Yeah.
Use it like a boom. Yeah, throw it like a boomerang. Throw it at somebody. Pull it back with the force.
It'd be amazing. Do you think like you could fit a cartoon like boxing glove inside that little like circular patch on him? C-3PO's chest, like you open it up and like a little
Yeah.
boxing glove pops out and punches a stormtrooper.
That sounds like something R2D2 would have in the.
Yeah,
the
that sounds like that sounds straight just like something from Droids.
yeah. Big old fist.
It's got a flower, one boxing glove.
Yeah. We can like the Three Stooges thing as well. So it's like two fingers pop out.
Yeah.
Poke the Emperor in the eye.
I've read this thing about the Three Stooges recently.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Three Stooges were on Hitler's death list.
Now there's a film I
Like,
watch.
he had a personal grudge against the Three Stooges.
Hitler hires a bounty hunter to hunt down the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges have to hold up some old house with some traps, like Home Alone, but it's got Home Alone with Nazis.
That would actually be an amazing film.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could make that today anyway.
Yeah. Let's end this podcast.
Yeah.
Start doing Three Stooges versus Hitler.
Impy, Chimpy, and Gimpy. No, I'm thinking of the Marx Brothers.
Oh, I thought you were naming the.
Yeah, that was part of it, but I was going to say like Impy Marx, Gimpy Marx, but like that's
No, I thought you were naming the bounty hunters that Hitler would send after.
that's the Three Stooges.
Did you ever see that film that they did not so long ago?
Three Stooges.
Yeah.
No.
That like the one famous guy in it was a guy off Vine.
Nice.
That guy would spit lemons out his mouth.
I don't even know
Oh,
what that is.
I know
I'm
that.
out of touch with all this.
With the youth.
Yeah.
So Conor,
Go on.
we were saying we'd like to, when we get guests on, we want to talk about something that they really like in Star Wars or their favourite Star Wars thing. So we know you like the Star Wars games, obviously.
Yeah, of
Is
course.
there anything else that you really love and want to talk about with us?
Oh, no.
Not that you can't do that when we meet up normally.
No, I can't, because James just abuses me all the time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you you're wrong for liking the wrong thing.
Yeah, be careful what you say.
Yeah.
Oh, I really don't know. I'd just say, in general, just
Nice.
like Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
It just is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It is a pretty good one. It's the best of the prequels, I think.
Is that your favourite out of all of them?
I think it's the one I remember the most.
Yeah.
Mainly like seeing when I was young. And
James
just
didn't do that.
Did you not watch them?
No, the first Star Wars film I ever saw at the cinema was the Clone Wars one.
I didn't see it in the cinema. I only ever watched them DVD. I did see The Last Jedi is the first film I've seen in the cinema. There's actually Star Wars.
The first film of all.
Of all of them. Or I just didn't watch any of them,
seen.
and I was like, this Jedi thing sounds alright. I know my mum had gone with her parents to watch the first one, the first Star Wars, and when they came out, I don't think she'd never watched another one after it because her dad said it was stupid because the Force is something you get after Sunday dinner. It was brilliant.
They weren't torpedoes going down the shaft on the Death Star. You just had a big lunch.
Grand Moff Tarkin's
Shot out like a rocket.
They have. Have you seen the toilet on the Millennium Falcon?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's called a refresher.
Refresher, that was it. Yeah.
They have a toilet on there? I didn't even know that.
Well, how else are you going to poo?
Yeah.
Like, stick your arse
Do-
out into
do they have
space
space
out of a little
poos?
hatch.
Imagine how many dingleberries Chewbacca gets. Like if he's had like a fucking Kessel spice curry.
What's
The
a
amount of
Kessel spice
dingleberries.
curry then?
It's exactly what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
We'll do a cooking episode where we all make Star Wars themed food.
I'd have that.
Make whatever Chewbacca's wife was making.
Oh, I really want to watch it now.
Oh, you need to. It's absolutely amazing.
Do we ever see like baths or showers in Star Wars?
Yeah, we see one in Solo.
Oh yeah, that was
That sexy shower scene
Yeah.
between Han Solo and Chewbacca.
See, I've not seen Solo, so you could be telling
you
the
not?
truth. No, I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Yeah, there's a scene where Han Solo and Chewbacca started having sex in the shower.
Yeah, it's proper hot.
Yeah.
See, this could
That's
still be
nice.
the holiday special.
It's a good 40 minutes as well. It drags on a bit.
So it's
Most
got
of the
such
film.
negative reviews.
Yeah.
Not enough. 40 minutes is not enough.
You need at least 60 minutes of Wookiee sex.
That's why everyone's
At
petitioning.
least 6 films.
That's why everyone's petitioning for them to make Solo 2 so they can get more Wookiee sex in it.
Exactly.
Wookiee sex and more dingleberries. Han Solo combing out the dingleberries. I'm going to stop talking about them now. I think.
I think you've got an obsession.
It's true.
Chewbacca's bandolier is just full of condom. Like all the things are like boxes.
That's why he only ever uses, one shot sort of a film. It seems like he just doesn't have any ammo or anything.
Like, imagine what he got to with the Ewoks and the ATST in Episode 6.
Jesus Christ! I didn't want that.
Too bad.
Now you have. I'm
Great.
sure there's fan art of that somewhere.
So yeah, Connor, back to games.
Back
Yeah.
to games.
So you started playing Jedi Academy for the first time recently, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, I did.
How is it? How are you finding it?
I didn't get very far at all.
You didn't get very far.
No, after what you had seen, I didn't get very far.
Oh. What? You still on like that training bit right at the start?
I think so. Maybe I might have just got past that.
Have you got to the missions yet?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Not further enough.
You need to go more on it. It's such a good game.
I know it
Suck
is.
on
Well,
it.
It's such a good game. We've stopped showing it on the podcast.
Yeah.
it was that,
It's that
good, you
good.
just don't want to
Yeah.
play it anymore.
What other Star Wars games have you played, Connor?
I mean, I did only get Battlefront 2 rather recently and played through the story on that,
Yeah.
which was pretty good.
I really enjoyed the story.
Up until the DLC, I'd say. The sort of DLC that tied it all together was a bit hit and miss.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it did seem a bit rushed.
Especially
Just kind of like what got
the very end of it where it's like sort of like, oh, here's like a hologram of Leia. You're going to go off to another galaxy and do some stuff so it doesn't clash with the storyline too much.
Spoilers, I haven't played it.
Well, we've seen everything Star Wars here, even
Thanks,
Solo.
Connor, you ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
You heard hologram. So
So Battlefront recently has had a big old update, hasn't it?
oh yeah, big
Or
good.
they've announced it. They've announced like lots of stuff, haven't they? Because very recently, in the past few months, have got capital supremacy, which is very similar to the command post bit in the original Battlefront 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. I
With
just wish there was
the
another map to it.
Addition of Yeah, they've got so far they've got Geonosis, they've got Sheik,
Yeah.
they've got Camino, and I think I can't tell if they've already added it because I've not actually been on. I've not played this map yet, so I don't know if I've conveniently missed them all, or like they've not added it yet. But they're adding Theed,
Oh, cool.
or have added Theed
I don't think I've played any maps on that yet.
on Naboo, and they're adding Felucia.
When are they adding all these?
Felucia's getting added next month, I think. They're added Droidicas finally.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was sort of waiting for Droidicas. They were missing in the big battles. you
Yeah,
can
there
have.
was like one of the posters they released that had like a little Droidica in the background, and they were like saying, "Oh, Droidica's getting released this patch." And they were like, "No,
Yeah.
this is just a crashed speeder."
Well, they did that with Capital Supremacy because there was like a sort of purple hue to the sort of clone troopers' side. Like you could see it reflecting on one of their armors, and
Yeah.
everyone was freaking out about it being Mace Windu, and it was just nothing. There was nothing, but there was like a clear hue of purple there.
Teasing her.
They've got the clone tanks, the Republic tanks from the original Battlefront 2 as well,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
being added.
I
Some
might
more
have to get
characters.
back on it.
They're adding Clone Wars Anakin, and he's like armored.
Oh, cool. Lots of Clone Wars stuff.
Lots of Clone Wars. That's the only thing that they're really missing out on Galactic Civil War now.
Yeah.
And the I don't know what you'd call. Do we have a name for the First Order versus Resistance? Is that the Second Galactic Civil War, or is that going to be called something else? I don't think there's an official name for it.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
That's a good point. Yeah, I wonder what they call it.
Yeah. Back to what other games have you played, Connor?
Oh. I mean, there's not that many new Star Wars games out. There needs to be more.
Have you played any of the old ones?
It depends which old ones.
Any of them?
Super Bombard Racing.
Bombard Racing, classic.
There was one. You always fought droidicas quite a bit. I can't remember its name.
Oh, was it Jedi Power Battles?
It could have been. I'll have to look it up because.
What was it on? Like, what platform was it on?
Christ. I think probably PlayStation.
Oh, yeah, that might be.
Yeah,
Power
that
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
There were just some really good ones. Like I would like more of a sort of RPG style Star Wars game though, rather than it
Like-
being linear.
I've not seen the Old Republic been released on Xbox One yet.
The
That'd be
backwards
right down your
compatible.
street, because don't you like your BioWare?
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I think I've got it. Probably.
Yeah.
I've got too many games.
If
As
that's,
you know.
if that's what you're looking for, I think that's what you should play.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people compare Fallen Order to it so far, or they're saying it's the new one.
Compare everything to the Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a spiritual successor to Force Unleashed. Fallen Order,
Yeah, it looks quite similar in some ways. I think.
Yeah, like the gameplay,
which in
especially.
itself is a spiritual successor to the Jedi Knight series.
Yeah. Which is a successor from Star Wars, the movie.
Of
Which
course.
is a successor from Flash Gordon.
Which is a successor from
Space.
The Seven Samurai.
Just space itself.
Got to come from somewhere, hasn't it? Nobody made Flash Gordon. They just found it in a meteor.
Yeah, it's true. All true.
I was there.
The Force,
Oh.
all of it. So, what about the new Lego Star Wars, Connor?
I am very excited, especially after hearing it sort of open, like I just said I would like.
Yeah, RPG Lego game.
Yeah, I want to role play as a couple of
Bird
blocks.
based.
Yeah,
Oh, could you imagine?
you have to build each level in the game brick by brick. You get like,
One brick per turn.
yeah, and it's online, so
You got to build the entirety of space as well.
yeah, you can only play it online. So you can only play when there's like enough players online.
Is it going to be you can only place about 10 bricks before having to wait, but you can pay $5.99 and
Yeah.
get an extra 15 bricks
Yeah,
a minute?
come back
Exactly.
in 24 hours to place your next 10 brick.
So yeah, that
Go on.
that Skywalker Saga one is one I'm absolutely over the moon about. I know my girlfriend is, because that's the only games that she ever plays is the Lego Star Wars ones.
It's not a bad choice.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Apparently, as well, they're going to add an option for it to either be voiceover for the characters or the grunts, as it used to be in the originals. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh wow!
I don't understand how they're going to get voice acting in there, because isn't like half the actors dead now?
Well, do you think they'll just use like the movie lines, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not.
That's what they did for like the Lego Jurassic Park game was all just dialogue cut from their films.
I feel like that'd be a bit weird though. I think
It works. It works.
I mean, it
Like
works
the-
better than just ooh. Like
Yeah.
every
No,
few seconds.
I'm much more of a fan of the grunts. Like I much prefer the visual. Shut up. I just much prefer like the visual side, like the visual jokes rather than like just talking. I feel like
it does
Yeah.
look like there'll be a
it
lot
makes
more
it more
visual
universal
jokes.
just having the grunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do really like the lines though. I think they have a good balance of it.
Yeah,
Like-
if there's an option for like to switch it on or off, is more than happy with that. You know,
Yeah,
keep everyone happy. You know.
because of Wookiee cookies in the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens game. There was a side mission where you had to get some Wookiee cookies for Chewbacca, and just
No, that wasn't a side mission. That was literally to progress the
I mean
plot.
side mission as in like it wasn't like part of the actual storyline. It was part of
That's integral
one of
to
the
the storyline.
Yeah, there was an entire level dedicated to finding the Wookiee cookies, isn't there?
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like an extra bit from the films they added in.
Yeah. I hope it's canon, that Wookiee cookies.
They're not, sadly. I was looking it up because after hearing it, I really wanted them to be. But yeah, just to hear Harrison Ford saying Wookiee cookies.
Yeah.
I remember
The only time he's voiced a character Han Solo in a
Yeah.
game, you get him to say one of the best lines in Star Wars.
it's one of the people from TT Games was saying how happy they felt that they managed to convince Harrison Ford to say Wookiee cookies, and he agreed to it. They're very proud of that.
You just get
I
a
would
mod
be.
to replace all his dialogue with Wookiee cookies.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for more of that in the Skywalker
Yeah,
Saga.
another thing I've heard is that there's going to be about 20 different planets in the game.
That'd be
That'd be
cool.
cool.
Like, apparently, like, it's all, like, fully explorable. I don't know how true that is. I feel like it's going to be, there's going to be, like, segments of it. I can't
Yeah.
imagine you'd be able to walk around the whole planet.
I mean, I don't know. The like Lego Worlds game, like if it works
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of similar
Oh,
to
yeah.
that, because that's really open world, and that is you can run for hours and still be seeing new stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be
So-
interesting.
It would be
Yeah,
pretty
apparently
cool.
it's also, like, completely 360 as well, the camera. You know, like, in between the levels in the Force Awakens one.
Yeah.
You can, like, look all around you. Apparently
Yeah.
you can do that in this one as well,
Oh, cool.
rather than having, like, a fixed camera. It'll be a lot more, like... It sounds like there'll be a lot more freedom in this one.
Yeah, hopefully.
One thing that I think could be weird, though, is... have you played the Lego Force Awakens one, Con?
I haven't. I actually wasn't going to get it until I heard that this was completely remaking all of them. So I'll pick
Yeah,
it
it's-
up before this comes out.
Basically, yeah, remaking Force Awakens
Yeah.
from scratch,
Yeah.
as well as all the other films.
That's cool.
But yeah, in Force Awakens, there's about... I think with all the DLC, there's about 280 characters.
Yeah, it's mad.
And
That's insane.
just imagine if there was that per film in this game. Imagine how many characters there'd be.
I imagine there's going to be a massive character list then for everything.
There'd be like nearly 3,000 characters.
The free play's just going to take 2 hours to pick your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, as soon as you like start the new level, you just spend like about an hour just trying to find like the Gonk droid or whatever.
That was like something I genuinely had trouble with, like playing more of the Lego Force Awakens. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, like trying to find a character you needed.
Especially when like you've got like 2 Luke Skywalkers and it switches.
Yeah.
Or like it's not Luke. Yeah, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
And like it just switches
you'd have like it would be the same block for one character,
Yeah.
but they'd like
different costumes.
it would blink between different outfits they'd have on,
It's so weird.
and sometimes it would just be blank because you hadn't unlocked that character yet.
Yeah.
That outfit, I mean.
It's a weird way of
Do
doing it.
Do you play the mini games, the Millennium Falcon mini game in Force Awakens one? There's like one inside the Millennium Falcon where you've got to dodge all the asteroids and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so difficult.
It is.
I don't understand how this can be a kid's game. Because so many TVs have got to have been broken through that. It's so infuriating.
Did you ever do that as a kid? Break things when you lost a game?
When I was young, do you remember Drawn to Life, the game?
Oh yeah, the DS one.
Yeah, and you could like draw like your little characters on like little obstacles. I was on the very last level of that, and I got really frustrated that I kept dying through that level. So I literally bit my DS screen and broke it.
How
So
did you
my dad
explain
had
that?
I don't know, but my dad had to order a completely new screen and like reinstall the screen.
Do you remember the Tamagotchis?
Yeah.
The newer
Your
ones.
Tamagotchi.
No, I wish I did. The newer ones they did with the infrared thing when we were younger. There was like a game in that where you could jump over hurdles. I was playing that in bed once and I got really far. It was like a little high score game.
Yeah.
And then I lost before I beat my high score, whatever, and I punched a hole in my wall. Because one of the walls next to me is like a really thin, like plaster wall, and the hole is still there with the filler covered.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
You should frame it.
Yeah. Just do that for any like damage on the wall. It's just like get a little picture frame and put like
picture
Rage by Will Healy.
Yeah.
It's an angry gamer moment.
Heated gamer moment.
What about you, Connor? Have you ever?
I don't know. I mean,
Have you ever smashed your Pip-Boy?
you know,
Fallout 4.
I just basically hate gaming because every game
no.
pisses me off. That's essentially what it boils down to. At one point or another, they will.
You snap the discs when you lose the steelbook.
I don't think I've ever broken a disc.
Me neither. I've lost so many of them because when I was younger, I never put the games back in the cases.
Yeah.
So
I still do that now. Yeah.
No, I had a friend that used to do that. He used to just stack them after he took them out, and he had stacks of discs, and I don't know, it just really pissed me off because I was like, they're not gonna work.
I'm a lot better with it now. I've got like I've took all my games out of the cases and putting them in them like folders.
Yeah.
It takes up a lot less space.
Oh, that's fine. To be fair, a game that really got me was Luigi's Mansion. Because I couldn't beat the end. I'd got through the whole game really quickly. Because I was at my girlfriend's and Lena's, and we were playing it through while her parents were away. And I was seeing if I could beat it before they got back. And I just kept dying at the end again and again. And eventually I just quit and left the room and went upstairs. And she was like, have you actually lost your shit at Luigi's Mansion?
Yes.
I have not gone back to it yet.
The amount of games I get on like a difficult bit, and I like, all right, I can't do this. I'll put it down and save it for later. And then it's like a couple of weeks later, I forget what bit I'm on, and I'm like, I was going to go back on this and sort of get through this bit, and then I go on it. Oh yeah, I remember why I didn't touch this, and then I just never touch it again.
I do the same thing, but I forget.
And then I do the exact
why.
same thing, forget it again.
Yeah. I just forget the controls, really. I've done the same on Dishonored. There's a bit where you've got to sneak past some dogs, and I just don't remember how to play. So I'm forever just sort of stabbing them instead of sneaking past them. And
I hate it when games do that, like having slightly different controls.
Yeah, I just... doesn't happen with Star Wars.
There was a game where I was like... There was a time where I was just playing Witcher, only Witcher, the first one. The controls are so different on that. And like, anytime I could move back to another game, it really fucked with me, because... Like, I think you have to like hold the mouse down to move forward.
Were you just doing that
No,
with
no.
everything?
I think you have to hold the mouse down to keep attacking.
Yeah.
You do if you hold your mouse. If you just click your mouse, you'll attack once. But if you hold your mouse down, you'll attack 3 times in a row, and just keep like doing that kind of combo of 3. And then like every time like I've been on another game, like I hit something once, and then hold my mouse button down, and then like by that time like they've already like got me like to the point where I might as well just restart.
Just run and get a health potion. Well, actually, speaking of the way you heal in Fallen Order, did you see that in the gameplay? That the droid shoots out like a health pack and he grabs it.
Yeah.
Like back to.
Yeah, I want to know if
tic-tac.
that's just sort of that happens automatically, or if you have to sort of
No, there's got to be a. I'm assuming there's like
a limit to the things. I get unless it's like game difficulty, there'll be like.
Yeah.
It'll be based on that.
Is it a game difficult? I mean, Is that a like? Is there? Have you only got a limited amount of it, or is it like you have to wait a certain amount of time to use it again?
That'd be pretty cool to see how they do it. Because a lot of people have compared the combat to Dark Souls so far, which I'm for because I do like Dark Souls.
I don't know. I think they'll just call anything that's like sword-based Dark Souls.
It's the Dark Souls of Star Wars.
It's the one where you're fighting the one with the staff, the Enforcer Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
That looks pretty Dark Souls. It looks like there's like a lot of heaviness to that whole action sequence.
Yeah, it's like a lot of dodging and heavy attacks.
Yeah.
But I'd be up for that instead of just a powerful Jedi that cuts through everything.
Well, that's what a lightsaber does. It cuts through everything.
Yeah, but listen,
that's something I wish was in more Star Wars games. You attack someone, you just slice their arms off.
Yeah, a lot of people have been complaining about the dismemberment not being in it, and I can kind of see why, but like you don't really get much dismemberment in Star Wars.
Jedi Outcast had dismemberment. You could switch that one.
Yeah, if they did it as an option actually as well, that'd be all right.
What do we want? More dismemberment. When do we want it? Whenever, really. We're not that bothered.
Ideally soon.
Yeah,
in a $5.99 update for dismemberment.
Dismemberment DLC.
It's the damage on the stormtroopers sort of looks very like Force Unleashed, sort of similar to just burn marks cut straight down.
Well, that's the thing as well, actually. You see the health above the stormtroopers, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I hope you can turn that off.
I'm sure you can, because most games have, like, health bar, equipable or disableable.
Because I like not knowing.
I mean,
it
looks
like
it just breaks immersion. Like, when I punch Will, I don't see, like, a little health bar above his head.
You like the surprise of knowing when I'm going to pass out.
Exactly.
But I mean, most of the stormtroopers look like they just die in one hit anyway. So
if you got hit with a lightsaber, you'd probably die quite quick.
I mean,
I would.
That's harsh.
I mean, yeah, I'd hope so.
I don't think you'd die in
Well,
one
it depends
hit,
which
Conor.
end of the lightsaber.
And it depends where.
Yeah. We just like chop a finger off, you'd be right.
Yeah.
Just get my nails done.
Get chopped on Star Wars. It'd be fine.
In A New Hope when Obi-Wan chops off that guy's hand at the bar, is there? I'm sure there's you probably told me this before. Is there a canon reason why that alien bleeds when the lightsaber cuts through his arm?
I can't remember.
They're gonna make a movie.
Be like that species doesn't have like a healing. Not even a healing factor. Like can't cauterize wounds. Because like when you get hit by a lightsaber, it cauterizes it. Doesn't it? Like, so I don't know if that species just can't do that.
Or maybe it was because that lightsaber hadn't been used for a while, so it wasn't like as hot as it could be. So it didn't,
it needed
didn't cauterize properly. Yeah.
A lukewarm lightsaber.
Yeah, like when you put the toasty maker on the little
lukewarm.
Yeah.
Right, Conor, get out.
I'll just hang up now.
You might as well.
That's an interesting point, though. I never actually thought about that he bleeds.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a question for you. I've been saving this for days. Okay, have you heard of Mon Mothma?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Mon Mothma?
Yeah, I think from you. Yeah.
Okay, who would win in a fight, Mon Mothma or Grand Moff Tarkin?
Ooh.
Is the important questions here?
Is Grand Moff Tarkin just a moth?
Yeah, it's a moth with Grand Moff Tarkin's face.
Oh, okay, right. How big is this?
He's got slippers on each of his feet as well.
That's a big.
I don't know. It'd probably be the same scale as Mon Mothma.
Giant.
Yeah.
Giant Grand Moff Tarkin's head. I'd like to see that.
On a regular sized moth.
Just little wings flapping. I think probably. What was it? Mon Mothma. So is that Mon Mothma's body? No, is that moth?
It's that picture of Mon Mothma that you've seen before.
Yeah.
So it's Mon Mothma's head on Mothra's body.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, so it's both
versus Tarkin.
Yeah, they're both like their human heads on a insect body.
Right. I'd say Mothra, I'd think.
Any reason?
Because, I don't know, I don't know much about her backstory, but I just get the impression
She
that
doesn't get blown up in the only
Yeah.
film she's in.
she doesn't die. I just get the impression that she's like, she knows how to fight. She could definitely like kill a guy.
And so does Grand Moff Tarkin though. He's like.
Well, he's old though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Probably break
Guess
his
so.
legs easier than you could break their legs. But she definitely looks like she'd know like Teres Cassie or something. Kick your head off. No, does she have her legs? I keep getting confused with what parts of her body she has.
Just the head.
Just the head.
Human head.
Just that- Maybe not then.
She somehow has legs now.
Yeah.
Just sort of appear out.
Insect legs attached to a human head.
Well, because thingy, what's his name? Grand Moff Tarkin's got his slippers on. That's why I assumed
Exactly.
that he had a little bit of
No, he's got insect
on
legs, but
Mothra,
like
Mothra's
human
legs.
slippers.
He's just stuck his insect leg straight through the slippers. He's
Yeah.
wearing them as like armour. See, he'd win because he's
Armour.
got slipper armour.
His wings are slippers.
Really big slippers.
That's the new monster in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
We edit
That's
that
why I had
out.
it stuck in my head, because I had Mothra stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Ah.
Mothra was really cool.
Reminded me of one Mothra.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Godzilla, Conor?
I've heard it's not that good.
I
it?
really enjoyed it.
Apparently, it's quite lacking in story or whatever.
You're watching big ass monsters twat each other.
Yeah.
What's not to love? I don't care about the story at that point.
Yeah.
It's better than the first Godzilla in the fact that you can actually see the monsters fighting.
Yeah. It's still
Yeah.
at night time, but you can still see
Yeah.
them fighting.
It's not rainy as well.
Yeah.
Most of the budget went on rain. Importing rain from
Why do they?
Indonesia.
Why do they?
No, they
always
just
do
had
that?
someone with a bucket pouring it.
It probably like obscures it a little bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, because there's loads of like big action sequences where it's always like misty or raining. There was a bit in like Game of Thrones where one of the big battles it was all you could barely see anything.
Yeah, it's probably to make it like distract from how bad some bits are, and it's probably like just to make it a bit more like atmospheric, you know.
Yeah.
Either way, it's
I
a
think-
lot better than the first one, I think.
I'd go with Tarkin for your question though.
You go for Tarkin.
Yeah, I mean, have you? There's that new comic where he actually does defeat Darth Vader in
Yeah,
Really?
which. Yeah, have you seen it, James?
I haven't seen it. No,
No,
I'm
it-
not up to date on the new comics.
I think essentially what it was Vader challenged him to, be like, can I hunt you all down, or can you hunt me down? It was something like that.
Yeah,
And in the end, Tarkin actually defeated Vader almost
yeah,
by like using not the high ground but the low ground. And I think it was essentially laying down in a field that is always struck by lightning, so the lightning hit Vader and sort of
Yeah.
temporarily disabled him.
I do think Tarkin's got that kind of like cold, like strategic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like streak in him.
Yeah. I'd like to see a clip of that.
Like, because even
Grand
Darth
Moff Tarkin
Vader has a lot
lying
of
down.
respect for Tarkin.
Yeah.
So I am on the same book as same page as Conor. I think Tarkin would win in this fight
He'd
What?
cause some
Against
mess.
Darth Vader.
against Mon Mothra.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the slippers. It's the slippers that sells it.
Yeah. How could you hate a man in slippers
Exactly. Wallace.
unless he blows up an entire planet?
Yeah. That's the line you cross.
What a monster.
Were you saying you had another question earlier?
I can't remember now.
Should we? I think we're coming up to an hour. So should we?
Yeah, we might as well.
Should we end on a question here? I've only got one this week.
Go on.
It's from another friend of the show, very good friend,
Ooh.
James Martin. He's asked us. People are talking about Solo 2 and what direction it would go in with Kira and Maul. What would we like to see in if they did do a second Solo film? What would we like to see it explore? We'll let you go first, Conor, as the guest.
Well, I'd like to see the first one.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, you just
Yeah, I
spoiled
d-
it for Conor.
Well, no, I mean, I kind of already knew loose parts of the plot, really.
Yeah.
yeah. But knowing nothing about it, what would you like to see in a film with Solo?
I think I'd like to see the sort of incorporation of stuff that's going on around that time, like the Rebel stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
Like maybe some of those characters being shown more, obviously, than they are in Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of a bit like the stuff that's never really shown in the newer films being explored in these ones.
That's one thing I really liked about Solo is the kind of like they actually show you kind of like really gritty warfare.
Yeah. That was cool, that bit. Would you like to see more of that then, you think?
Like
front line.
I don't think you could though, because if the focus is Solo, then I'm not too sure.
I'd like to see more of.
It'd be interesting to see it in other Star Wars films at the very least. Kind of like a lot more of the warfare in it.
Yeah, I like the darker approach they've done with the sort of the spin-off films. Like Rogue One was really good for that grittiness of just everything's pretty
I know
doom
how
and gloom.
much you love Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue Wang for life.
So what about you, Will? What would you like to see?
Yeah.
I'm worrying about spoiling it for Conor here. Do you know?
I know the storyline basically. Yeah.
You know the ending, the bit at the end, yeah.
No, just go for it. It's fine.
But I'd like to see more of Kira. I think I really liked Kira and her boss. Sort of what they've been up to, and I remember James was saying as well, which I'd like to see, Lobot maybe. With Lando and Lobot maybe.
Yeah, we literally talked about this yesterday. How cool would it be to see like a Lobot and Lando like buddy film?
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Sort of like how in Empire Strikes Back you have the characters going off their separate ways. I think that'd be cool if you had Han Solo and Chewie going off to see Jabba, and you had Lando and maybe Lobot.
Yeah, but I think it'd have to be before Lobot became like. Lobot with like the thing on the back of his head.
And he's got a big, luscious locks, full head of hair. Yeah, and we find out what happened to that. the events that led up to.
He got it burnt off in a horrific speeder bike accident.
Jabba sucked it all off his head. But yeah, I think. On that note, I think.
You haven't asked me.
I did ask you.
Oh,
you just
like the Lobot one.
Yeah.
No. One thing I was thinking, I've got like a genuine answer.
Go on then.
Like I'm not sure if I'd want to see a Solo 2, but I'd like to see a prequel to it.
Solo 3.
Yeah.
Skip the second.
Skip the second one. That's not what I'm interested in.
A prequel. Okay.
Yeah, a prequel of like how, like, I guess. Do you know who like the big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. I'd like to see a film about like how Maul kind of rose up to like kind of like gang status, like gang leader status.
That would be very
and like
interesting.
how like Kira and Maul started to work together. I think that'd be
very good. Yeah,
that'd be really interesting. Not necessarily like a sequel, but a prequel,
or even like at the same time, just different view of different view of what you're seeing rather than seeing Han's story. You're seeing Kira's. That's a good.
So I don't know if it could be a Solo too, but it's like part of the same like general storyline.
Yeah, I get that.
I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, I think because I remember a while back hearing the actor who played Han Solo, was saying he signed on to do 3 films.
Yeah.
But that article's like gone now, so I'm
I think they're still up in arms if whether or not they're even going to make a sequel to Solo.
It's either a good or bad sign that they're trying to hide it because they are doing more, or they've taken it down because they're just not.
Just gone back on themselves. Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm sure we'll soon find out.
My thing's on really low battery, so if I'd suddenly disappear,
no worries. We're just about to wrap it up anyway.
That's all right. I think it's just hit 1%. It's just told me.
Right.
On that bombshell.
Yeah.
That's the end of episode 5.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and thank you for joining us, Conor.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll hope to have you on again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll have seen Solo by then.
Hopefully you can be here in person rather than having you like on a little bit
listen,
of a...
God.
Hopefully, you'll have money next time.
All right, why do I have to pay to be on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a privilege, not a.
All right then.
Okay.
Cool. Well, see you next week.
Yeah. See you
Yeah.
next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Beautiful.
It was. I can't.